And also say, what is your thought? My intio, and then you can bring us your initial thought on WhatsApp 0536 272612. You will find time now to me. I can when repay. But if you also have initial thought, be just like as a glosso INY between the also the ABBA, my intio, the next couple of minutes before we hit the line for an interview with the expert on economy. 0536 272612. And that's a 0504957172 0504957172 or 0536272612. We initial thought we can between our friend you know ache sa adwen that will move on straight to a main discussion. So let me pick this one. Okay, good morning.
Good morning.
Very well, sir. Pacho Dino with your Casafi. Very well. Pacho main tiro.
Me, I just said, but your body and your body. Well, most of what you put here. Now, I tell the Babian. Me, you shall so be young man. What's your name for dinner? For example, again, la, after me, Mama, cousin. But you was here at 10. Here, this year, a trouble gas. In this year, was a we get now, Mobile, I tell him, Abuagana, Abuagana. If we get Nanka, I found a town, may it be a Manchagana of Window. Tibusia Bonadi, a yard papa, the only papa, the number Tayane, I'd be empowered the papa, and over here. My memory example, about we buy, Oma Bobosia, yet near 761. You miss your school, but you know my bonnet. If we get in it to me, before I, or maybe I ate my was not a patana, Debbie. Then you know my quadributan, I don't know more to piano. Yet your quadributia, or buy, was so many, or you keep us. Say, you said, no man can my dear Negotian Baby. Into Bosia body, I have papa, there must have a Bosia 56 billion. By Yankee project, I used to be a South to work. It is a Bosia Mahama born, which you have got as a Bosia and Pasona. Now we are by Yankee, you come high, Bamia, secondary school, but first one, Dabusian Biani, DBCA. Was to tell Papa Hannah. You miss it as I was a mega upon your book. The year no more born, you miss it as a bad number. By Okoka, yet Jibotia, and Maya, your what 3 years, I have put Jibotia the yard, not to me, putting your own patrono, with the any whom fast walk, and Uncle, I just the lady. Now, I put Jibotia, now Bosia for the woman, Kagana, and one can walk 10%.
Very well.
The Magana.
I'll find out, I think you made your point. Good morning. Hello, good morning. Too bad. Okay. Sorry. On to Injaso. Let us hear you. Earlier comments. Intio 0536272612 and I said 0504957172. Let's hear you. Say, Ghana, Yabusan Yabon. Aya a positive effect. And my abrabon tumpeja, and as we are made impoverished. Good morning.
Good morning, Pastor.
Very well. Isaac.
You can't say, Pastor. That's some of the today. Mummy, the afternoon, say, you be some. The Intia and say, oh, say, Mumu room, Numa, a bino, Eddie, or mine, Sicadi. It is a binding basso or Kojiska. And some come when need to say, the car buying a Koji, Eddie, or the year minimum. The next president so bad, like a master will say, ain't it dear Panamokojiska Modi? A binding Kojiska by you, what the idea. We could give by you what they are not in such a no feel. Share a bonica say, a president, dear Bakojiska, I am a no. Not save you, Nyansa or the woman will need it. And Professor just say, a buying president, I'm buying now Monaco Gino. As a Ghana, the minions and the obey the idea. Because Monaco IMF. I didn't compare. Oh, it's the most essential for the movie room. I don't feel by this canon, Moshe Ejumadia or the Dynamo Catcher.
Very well. I said that's the last two night. Good morning. Okay. For you. Okay. Good morning.
Good morning.
Very well. Pacho Dino with your Casafi.
But sorry, from Abatin, Casafi to Amina.
Abate, Pachintiro.
Bosia, dear, he said, Obi Tranch and Casa, my buyer,
Wabobo CP, no, who your dear hospitals. Ghana, your problem could be by you share any bread prayer. And Kofofi any adina any aje, Valentine Beast. Nana, I been by Busia or Giano, and national STEM education or Mosisi. That's in Ghana near STEM education. And then, Mosisi, Chakwaya or Maye. That's me do come from Tamaliki Yendi. It's Bimbila, me do come some Doko, I will show up why and Kati, and ne, I buy by share, Quine, Tennessee, Chakwaya or Yasha interchange. Tamale ne interchange you. I buy Busia or GOB or Jay interchange or Tamale. Other than Soka say, I buy not the Busia, Mama time. Mama time interchange you Tamale. Mama time hospital to sign and an error. And now agenda 117 hospitals. Yes, hospitals I have from Adipicas above from my area 40 states. Let's make no ready of putting in natural. It is because Bosia, a binaji, or who your dear and a Mama Tan or Jino dear say, Mama Tan infection ya. Oh, yeah, no. And ne, I could put up that's what this Kaka come when I see me. It is as I'm not more Canada or more big Kaka, no more you show me.
Yeah, that's Abate, that's pa. Right, this is Yamfa and Comodini and Sion, okay, and I mean pick the last one. Okay, man, pick the last one, Yanshe. Wunisha thoughts about Ghana, Yabosia Yabo. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
Good. But you didn't because of you.
I'm the Lion. Group is inside.
Right, Lion Pagentio.
Match the call and offer and all that about interested in Adena, but some there Nanko Tony Park, only Molekano. I uncle Bishat Tamal interesting, drawing Nankas or to them, and I'm on him and MP what you listen or the year by a far different. Maybe I'll look at my uncle or the Odia Onima Babusian, I have been seeing at it. You do one agenda 111. More he no could see what is the take of it. Apart from it, Ghana was there, no matter that. Well, like Cambodia, about Palugu Dam now, empty the home and for some day, will you? But journalists, one that is one man, every picture now. So, journalists, I want boy and sitting on my NTS because one education and more. Now, I don't live an article where we come. Yet, discuss any idea. Oh, by one of our why you discuss the cannot stand to do what he. Please, journalists, I want boy and my I want more audios, videos now. I can depend what my canal, Papa. Let us check. It's me to Abba.
Right.
One thing I mean,
it does. Last one. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good. A jacket Taylor.
Yeah, some of them are doing it.
I'm a uncle.
I've got a mixture and job no good country and MC. Sometimes, also, Obia Bama, on some Ghanaians from coming come up so. Obia Bana banning for Kufua, open the Ghana ni. But not for this kind of Mabaya man. If I got to be able to buy no. He come watching any more. From coming come up so this January, my phone and other matters. It is also take down Chasia. I'm talking and before I got tracking good dog again. Then is the almost a green book. Nansina Jamama play Jima. I don't know green book or some way. If I don't know, because book was last 2 years here. So there's here. Into one to get a come up on the part want to butter on one way. Or photo on one way. Can you mind the same second school of mercy? So what's everything from which you invested that? Or you might, you better somewhat up and I want to see it. You might not have gone didn't you know I know what there? Young mom was mark of the Bronco Sutafari. Or no, you invest media. Sometimes wrong with the argument of a Canadian was on a minute you are Canadian or Papa Chakino. The only thing is in Uncle Mama of your white humor. Uncle Yasim Joseph, every year present to me, you want me away. It's in my way, also ask you that. Also, I can be that. I'm going for that. So there's anything you all know, cannot the man on the one can one can ask them, Nabani Ebu, Nanado. Maybe also a of a kind of friend. I will buy your show. One of the squad that wants to wear my Kakutra. I can put another one Palawa. Then they're gonna go. In any opinion, be a cut to be a young pilot. Huh?
That was it. My course in Francia. For the meantime, now I am proceed on to different issue. I think today, you doing for papers now, Bremo. I'm not sure between the papers and the Bremo. One or two reasons. I'm a fan chair and the for papers and Bremo will proceed. In a jiffy nedi, near 12 so Eddie Amamo. Mamika say would a DWABOASE on Takwa 93.7, your most authoritative socio-political and current affairs talk show in the municipality of Takwa Isoimha and Wasugu Sui. Mamika Mumbraho. Na but before them, I make try more mammy. My choice, see a Ghana, you see you see about the whole of Africa and almost about 150 currencies that to two and one that to two do that to two hono Ghana yesikano the fourth forest city or the worst performing currency among 150 top currencies. Ghana see a city one of the worst performing currency in Ghana. Yesika no one home modern cry. I say, share a Bloomberg, report at the Abetua Bontia. Dabetua Abontina. I share a say Ghana city has been ranked as the fourth worst performing currency among the top 150 currencies tracked by Bloomberg globally. The latest verdict on the city comes after the Egyptian pound, Nigerian naira, and the Lebanese pound also experienced weakened performances. According to recent data from Bloomberg, the cedi depreciated by 0.2% to 14.9335 per dollar by the close of trading in Accra on Monday, June 10, 2024. Since the beginning of the year, the local currency has declined in value by 20% against the US dollar. The recent record low performance of the cedi has been attributed to increased demand for the US dollar to purchase petroleum products, pharmaceuticals, and other imported goods. And clearly, Nichira say, currently, yen cedi na and sheda nye cedi na hode no was the fourth worst performing currency globally in the world. Wow. Ti uhwe wiase nyina sika ayedidi jumedi edidi dwa e wo wiase nyina Ghana etoso 9 say on homodin kra. Well, we'll look at some of the reasons attributing to such some of these things in Ghana is sika semno ento ye so we'll be talking about it now. Yeah, sure. But I'm trying to remember me but na ye expert no any come or so ye running mate to APC, All People's Congress, Ayariga ne party no the running mate. You never share na ye ne din come. He's an economist, so we'll be speaking to you in a jiffy. Stay tuned, stay by. Takwa 93.7. You try one basisia na ye tun ko in bra.
We're from Never X. You know what for you now? Yazima ye we what for you know. It's you be watching now, Boano. We knew it. Obini mochina asam. It's the end and Sauzaba. Yana Chinobi Susan Amati. Nakadin. Oh, yeah, my dear, we're from Never X. You know what for you now? Yazima ye we what for you know. It's you be watching now, Boano. We knew it. Obini mochina asam. It's the end and Sauzaba. Yana Chinobi Susan Amati. Nakadin. Oh, yeah, my dear, you know, Janodo. You see my perfect. Nina, let me walk on my wabodo. It's a make a day and could you know. When you do that, be a kuya na yo. You don't need penny, Abba. Mole chile mabu, I mean,
93.7 Hakwa FM.
Yeah.
93.7.
What you say, baby, the mafa. Boy, and in a lawyer qua. Menyama no wama makwaba. She, no upper massa moaka. What you say, baby, the mafa. Boy, and in a lawyer qua. She, Menyama no wama makwaba. Into one task, who must store room, but to me a store born. Then you must summon the boat you try with a weapon. I feel the same, my fans better than the aircon. I'm on your man, I spread it in the airborne. But be so don't far, or great kumante. On task, put them a rapper fante. Mishia Jay-Z or battle pomante. And I will, how would the boss ante? Come up punch or harder that Tyson Fury. Flow near Rogo, Shankanduri. But rapper one off, what to my tampuri. Try them all rapping in here in the goodie. While I hear the palmer, son of your farmer. I brought from the friend from making a farmer. Baby, I'm a Kobe, Alawama Makwaba. A you put you like the Malaya Mampaba. Start to 1 to 2, no module 10. It's an one end, I want end, I want end, I want end, I lawyer qua. Menyama no wama makwaba. She, no upper massa moaka. What you say, baby, the mafa. Moya nina lawyer qua. She, Menyama no wama makwaba. It's one task, one room, but the store born. Someone with a weapon. I feel the same, my fans better than the aircon. I'm on your man, I spread it in the airborne. But be so don't far, or great kumante. On task, put them a rapper fancy. Mishia Jay-Z or battle pomante. And I will, how would the boss ante? Come up punch or harder that Tyson Fury. Flow near Rogo.
Still live on Takwa 93.7. DWABOASE is the show. The Municipal Giants.
I brought from the friend from making a farmer. Baby, I'm a Kobe, Alawama Makwaba. A you put you like the Malaya Mampaba. Start to 1 to 2.
This piece comes from the man Takwa Man. Black Metal.
Cause someone can a boy and messages who dream and I want to make a I boys with the feel. When you're an impower reveal. When you're womp of you to then in trio.
Okay. Alright, and the people from Quay sounds good and Talawa sounds good and Talawa and a banner say refined and unrefined good that sounds good and I can't answer me we.
What you say, baby, the mafa.
Tibomodia, na baby opes all talk good now and I'll turn good idea. Sounds good and Talawa. Ebia will suit in bed sheet in Open baby between Sinkwa did the I be see a moving and pass to the Sans Laundry. Sans Laundry. Open baby so to me at one the papa she no see about it is aketisi pa de your dempa o. E brother your dempa o. Sans boutique. Ebia will sit down now be up say to me ma net papa bebre sit down ma more than a collapse not because ebia a contract and when see that be net no this year no it's not that quality. It sounds good penny between am a quality sound. Yeah, sounds to supply carry dance into a dancing for one is sounds good in Talawan dins also ebia on bobo we a player now per se manager what they me catch say every talent needs a manager. Every talent needs a manager. Sounds good in Talawan between abo pa I should check when we are the first shop no and say office when we are behind Juko stores and I say yeah Pinto Gabin Hospital edu kese in Chenwa when sending fast one I won't say show sounds good in Talawan and between our friends 055 140-7226 055 140-7226 Mami Fainche ma the Honorable Member of Parliament Takwan Swayim
Golden Voice
Honorable George Mrekuduka. Honorable, very, very good morning. I know you I hope you're listening and you're monitoring, and that would be very good.
What you say, baby, the mafa.
Because when he's honorable, you know that me, I don't allow my platform to be used to abuse or desecrate names. No, I don't do that. So I will let him say very good morning to you, Honorable George Mrekuduka. Honorable Sheikh Salifu Isa Taylor. Honorable, good morning. I hope you're doing well. George Lenando, Madam. Very good morning. Hope you're also doing well. And all individuals involved making the show fantastic one indeed. Yendo BBC. Let me check Nana Mahim Nana Monkwaso. Nyamira. Nana Dr. Dakwa Bediakun the third Dana. Very good morning, sir. K Janvik Company Limited. K Janvik Company Limited. I mean, Che Nana Koblanketia. Nana, very good morning. Nana Kofi Abuchi, very good morning, sir. K Janvik Company Limited. Free diagnosing for all cars, car programming, general mechanics and supply of spare parts, sale of brand new cars, rentals of cars and trucks. Band body works is there. K Janvik. Fabrication, K Janvik. Car spring, K Janvik. General supply mining consumables, K Janvik. Electrical installation, K Janvik. Sand blasting, K Janvik. Them bien krana main control se K Janvik here. Bomodia Street Chuck when we Takwa Thompson Road. I'll bet you have Frey on 0244 371 302. And I said 0558 206 919. I can say NDC for Abatansi that NTB and MPP will also be joining. 0558 206 919. K Janvik. For can call her NCC man. Cross Apple in. I tell her I'm the Kwaba on the phone, so Sumupo pardon and maybe takes. Cause so be a from a level on a high, while from where you be a my wife. But come as maybe a la plain, many a bill quarter, mamma says, man down for Mamma Hoon Tompo. With a Malay and not the Cross Apple in. iPhone Papa Pafi, no. You go to 12 months. I want to my mama a tea for Swati. We'll have the interview pretty soon. Cross Apple in. iPhone 6 to 15 Pro Max. Apple laptops, Apple chargers and earpieces, Type-C chargers, iPhone screens, repairs of all Apple products. There's also headphones for her, smoke air freshers, iPhone covers. It sounds like you're swapping of iPhones. Non cross Apple Indians I was direct opposite municipal car park. Can you for cross Apple on 0249 0249 064 870 0249 064 870.
fante. On tasim put them a rapper fante. Mishia Jay-Z or battle pomanche. And now, how would the boss ante? Come up punch or harder that I in fury. Flow near rock go, Shankan Duri. But rapper one off what to my tampuri. Try them more rapping in here in the kudi. While I hear the palm, son of your farmer. I brought from the friend from a can.
My mimi say Yarba and Krana help. One of the commonest sickness or ailments in Africa, in Ghana in particular, malaria and higher malaria, because the environment is full of mosquitoes in our surroundings. Say your best level. Say malaria how? Now I try several medications now unya a lasting solution. Me person me recommend in your herbal mixture de mao. In your herbal mixture, a boa papa tu kutia malaria. I know you're bad now a menstrual problem, menstrual cramps. You need in your NYADUA in your herbal mixture. NYADUA in your herbal mixture no here. Bomodia so you be see now was that problem with menstrual cramps. I would want to recommend in your herbal mixture for you. Sounds to be or a loss of appetite. Only loss of appetite, loss of appetite. And be a honor when you would just you need in your herbal mixture. Bombarding answer on Sabeke, Bebo Pa. Ebi also a general body pain. So was Monansa I'm fine cry new here and dear. Say ebia wo hoso rashes egu on rashes egu some parts of your body intermittent rashes wo hia aye nyedua MF mission capsules ebia ebe ma na your ba na wo difficulty urinating oh wo hia aye nyedua MF mixture ebebo papa onye bia ebetua ma woni age pa so na eboa for aye your immune system na boost no. So for your general well-being, we here in your MF mixture and capsules. Ebia or low performance, you're not very good and very active in bed. We here in your MF mixture and capsules. Now contact all leading herbal and pharmacy shops. And what you have from on 0554 365 631 0554 365 631. I mean, come for Papa Maun said the catches the environment is so polluted with chemicals. Enti uhin nsuo eyenkwa enkwa so nsuo na me kamfu nsuo ma me twin kamfu nsuo enye nsuo papa me kamfu nsuo papa di amount Bella Rich Royal Enterprise, producers of Bell Natural Drinking Water, your most refreshing natural mineral water. Enti uhin nsuo papa Bell it sounds like a Bell dispenser bomodian son sebekebi nso sorry any schools, companies, individuals and if Mr. Mumpensu papa and papa so de Bell BELLE Yatron BELLE yawo Takwa Pim on that Chim Road and obet you are free on 0246 702877 0246 702877 and that's a 0244 834 196. A Rabna HS V5 Beauty. A Rabna no. Oh, your bar. Unse madi aya mo makeup so mo pepa. But makeup or baby makeup why you see about say we dey why you as a statute pa. Ye mpeni bisa. Ye pe oba we see about bo sampa indeed. Oh, your bar. What I say? Me say oh, your bar. And now oh, your bar so be hu an friend so chizokwa Rabna. The whole takwa Rabna. Messi umpo Rabina.
What you should baby the mafa.
93.7 Hakwa FM.
Into one task, who must store room, but to me a store born. When you miss someone about you try with a weapon. I feel the same fans better than the aircon. I'm on your man, I spread it to the airborne. Sit down far, okay, Kumante. On task, put them a rap of
Antibia didn't come on the Babesha, Antibia.
Oh, how would the boss ante come up point to a hard that I see fury.
A Rabna Arches Vivifying Beauty. All types of hairstyle and Nina Abbey. Micro needling. Micro needling. And I'm going to say, hey, my dorsal. What do you mean? Oh, my dorsal, on your back, Pieko, Bema, very ready. I could take him. No, by driver, qua. Where Jerry and when she no real. Bema the buffalo between two cars. Yes, baby, they compliment life though. They compliment life. Okay. I can't say what you call oh, producing an oil course. Yeah, full body scrub, ombre browns, manicure, piercing, IV infusion. Yeah, lupus, liposuction, ABA, nails, facial, vagina steam and waxing, teeth whitening, mink lashes extension, pedicure, fat dissolving, body fillers. Nina Rabna Arches Vivifying Beauty, Shechakwa Takwa, Marcus Sekel, Diplomat Bus Stop Ohaneshe, and I said Takwa Bobo opposite KFC. But you have Rabna on 0545 767025. Maminka say you Arches a luxury center, so Bombardier, so baby between your body spray pad, a Rabna Arches luxury scent, and you were a front about stop while opposite the transformer. And also you have 0545 767025, and that's a 0302 097958 0302 But your obisi or pay single room self-contained agent bar and TBO will be Mesro single room self-contained. If I can here pa na places or pay a new site layout Bobo Tamso Estate low cost. Okay, so up this area Sababosi layout new site Bobo Tamso Estate low cost Zambia we know here or here Diana specific locations in my boss you know here but what you have for 05933 05933 29204 05933 29204 but your friend na baby a dine one biano friend bomodiana ninsa enke bi ohia baby pa na into me mbwa yenu right yeah the comedy in so we'll try our lines to get through to doctor na ke ini didn't come but we having difficulty this time around your lines and we'll say should me check your network no mbwa and the whole day network no obi flow I want to ufra so enko a whole lot of issues but we'll see how best the nation will gradually evolve in development. Honorable Wilberforce ACN Ewaha. Good morning, sir.
Good morning, Pastor Mike.
Bibi aboko there.
Mpabona yeduma.
Ede Nyankopon se. Amen. Nyankopon se. Na NDC takwa nso ayo obi ahwe there.
Oh, nyame adom obi ahwe pa. Na Pastor Mike mamemfa akwanya Yesu na minchia. Na michia dia na mechia hona bushek. Isa saliputela.
Okay.
No kwasemu ne awokeka what they are scheduled many days and I say, oh, Takwahano. In fact, actually, say, you are trend towards victory.
Are you winning?
Yes. This election, we've won.
You've won.
You're trying formality, okay?
Okay.
Oh, yeah. And Pastor Mike, one can say, the one dances, Chroma, Etienne and Crawforka, Nearma or Connie Adenoa. Then clearly tells you, say, Takwan Swayam, are you ready for change? Really? And you see, say, Eja Aquenya Amabako former Odiwusua. And tell whom Punto, say, some idea. And that is the new idea, Takwa for Enyan in Prince. Now we was a Samonua Henia, Takwa Ebe, the next 4 years. Intimichia, Sheikh Namesa, so Enchia, Honorable Dalade Salifu, a constituency chairman. Mechian Kofmini, they say, Mechian DC for Hina and Nessa.
Fantastic. Takwan Swayim, before they ever called the main discussion. Takwan Swayim, that is saying in terms of development.
You see,
are we progressing or we are retarded in terms of development?
All right.
Just a brief.
Yeah, Pastor Mike.
Yes, sir.
So far, so good. For good 24 years, sir. Yeja Kwenya Edima MPP as a party say we need Takwan Swayem sono in terms of parliamentary side, you know. Pastor Mike, Niama Takwayewo. Ena niema yehuno ombebra nanka wanye ye krade sene ye wo mining companies e wo ya from hai na ye wo other companies akasia anka obetum aboa ya yehu san puntuo no. To be frank with you, you're slow in progression. Seriously, you're slow. Sene ye san ka otumiko no in prempre we no onkosa.
Do you have some reasons in here development
you see
slow?
The whole issue Ghana Takwan Swayem ye wono leadership.
Okay.
Leadership. Here consema here o. Enya tra ankopra ne pe ne duru asenta. Ehu se niema asesa e wo ho. And the leadership no enye political side nko. Both side. Okay. Leadership and a challenge. Na Takwa ye wo go first. Ye wo Anglo good. Ye wo if they say manganese. Okay, how they say. A consema. They only have Adamus. And Adamus can make us all a galam say. And even with Adamus, so a leadership issue. That is why I was at Takwa. You make a decision, say you be changing your leadership on your Takwa Abeye. That is the whole issue.
Na munya kwenya bia meye mmenya representative in parliament or Takwan Swayima.
Look, for past 24 years, NDC enya kwenya. For past 24 years.
What do you think every reason tia munya kwenya?
No, you see, in one way or the other, no. Making say nkofo our idea be see during Rollins time, no. Takwan yejuma ye pa no e gold.
Okay.
Na nkofo a small gold no in a way a benefit one kasa and then Rollins say obesi side na no kwai. And obe create enmity Emma Rollins hold the NDC party no and the people. Enti one wo free sabre na bedru yen yeso no wonya kind of a time bi edema Rollins as a person and NDC as a party. Sati here. Until say yen yabrisu yeshia sisi yen wisa sa ni mana Rollins aye kra no na oye ade aboa yen in a way. Sati here. Oniti e wa matakwa no wo de say estedi niama pa ye ma menum na ye papa no mu a fiti sabre na wo ho no ye mranti e wo ho no one wo that kind of men can say hatred no Emma Rollins as a party, as a person, and the NDC as a party. But as times goes on, this estedi yen at this election result na you could see say there have been improvement as he say e go so year to abano. Sati as here. And ko realize say that kind of again at the time papa no in a way no it was wrong.
But don't you also think say ABA it could be it could be one of the factors, but it's been long overdue. Ebia, you as a party, as a political party, you're not making yourself more attractive to the people because so beyond affinity, affiliate with any political party. There are some things be attractive nimpano. Do you think? Yes, yeah, exactly. You making your party more attractive to people. One, your policies, your representation, your general structure.
Look, Pastor Mike.
Yes, sir. Honorable.
Say, Eshe, a mamua takwan soyim. 24 years he wakosu ewomoe. Say NDC babam even without MP, you were MCs no. And ye yama takwan soyim. And look, classical one, takwa government hospital. Okay. Aside this big project, ka adia ba ko an krofo we buy what you my classically no, or ye as to that level. And obia ni wa ya present no I mean etona onye ye 2020 was a time NDC making great impact 2020.
Okay,
that was a good time NDC making great impact, but as I make an answer right. It's not about personality about nkofo adwenya o wati mi so oh yendie say ya na de yenity yendie ye MPP for awunti China Busuano or the side and look, classical example, Mimi fee. Mimi na back on Rodins Emma soldiers for a between our sympathization, Emma.
Okay.
So, Emma me fear, what that kind of a tino Edema NDC as a party until say, Yen who said, no, you man on the side. Sajias here. Now, because of Yemu Yantia, send Yan Checheri Manco Fontino, Emma me fear almost half. Or NDC now. I know so with time, that kind of pain, it will go off because in an animal was a young woman, a can't crack now wipe off a call and walk off. No, I am rantianwa. Yansu and command is a branch I can be dear when you don't know Adiama NDC. With time, you could see, say, Niama Ebesi gradually. It is not about personality.
Okay.
It's not about policy at all.
Okay. So, how is campaign echo? Are you on the grounds and people accepting more?
Wonderful.
More say,
so wonderful. Yeah. Pastor Mike.
Yes, sir.
A year the buy say yen sukrum because this time campaign onye radio so kwa campaign onye yemabo ni pada no nyina ma nkofo say ye wodomo campaign is about one what about no so wanimu wa na wonimu. It's about go out. Can one say individuals no what trabano mo hu ne e wo ma won as individual.
Okay.
And when nyama honorable shake aya me no ka say what gain the grounds before crown no what shake but not when nim as a person when you in the picture. And one example you call is I am a soldier.
Okay.
And there is one woman as na person a nice young man for you be a krabi. You see, and otie shake ne commodity does nipa or nipa obeboye. And going down to them no our one villages, our one farm, one fear, I sorry them mosque, markets no. And I'm NDC again grounds now. I'm telling you.
Now when we do say more as a party, political party no. Well, I have my own opinion. Would your me who say? Well, I think I have to reserve this. I have to reserve it. Yeah, but do you think say move to me? I'll play and also I'll do the incumbent, Honorable Duka.
Pastor Mike, now I will say and can be sir. Look, why now what you are Kenya ma Honorable Duka? So may your MP.
The people of Takwa.
Perfect. Perfect. Indeed, if these same people decide they say Honorable Duka ni no kwati kwa home no be into as well then no way. And these same people no anyone who change it was because when we say one sister input what you can quite say yes onka
input to benaya a specific input to a mosheshe movie say he's not done it Duka has not done them and Timumu ba modi baba.
Look, Pastor Mike, I know her or ye basic. If you want somebody you know more than I do. Tell questions to him higher tea and call ye constituency and this is sumu Adrian da. I mean street light issue common ones I make big ones nipo common ones are able to use MP common fund e dia ye on make ho asem no.
Okay.
Common street light is a problem. Adesa one kasa wo street ye ya faso ye ko sinana ngo junction so here. My ya faso wo ha ko si post office. How many street light na also? Pastor Mike. Ana adesa mba ha. How many street lights na also? So takwa nye kura wo se esum edu no. Ba me no ka say no. Esum ach takwa alpha. Look, in now roads takwa there were only one entry point and one exit point. It is a yantiminya other alternative route crown van kahua. Ye inner roads no I was say oh ye better. Because ukofua what your day-to-day transactions no or exist within the town. It is your build your inner roads here. So because Ekobogo so but you might find other route apaso within the town.
Okay.
Your inner roads that is saying but remember one example call Brenachim. Very, very rough. When in Jamaica, these are the basic ones. Insure. Just boho keke.
Okay.
And these are the basic ones.
But do you recall, say, way back, 20, is it 10, 11, 12, 13. I think that was the era of Christian Kobina.
Sure.
The MC for Ayatakwa in Swahili.
Sure.
During her period, NDC was in government.
Sure.
Yeah, street light from Bogoso Junction straight to Ayahwiti. None of these street light functioned well, even up to now. See, some of this pose in Yahubi. So one can say ABI street light is one of the projects. From my point of view, no. In your time, you had the opportunity to do same.
And that is what we did. Pastor Mike, Entimin can't me says street light in Wanyejuma.
No, you dream for how long?
No, Miss Entimin can't me say Wanyejuma. And to be frank, from 2013, 2014, 15, 16, this light was working.
So what happened?
It is whoever buying and we say, I didn't see one or ya dear buying Canada Yentino. I was making sure of a function. And you being the new government now, you will continue to maintain it. This is the whole issue, and I'm so glad they said one Kasano appoint his side, Adiaba. Even that time, we were not having an MP. Only our MC, Obano Kwan, not to me, no. And this government, what president, what MP, what MC, you want to install even one street light, me who said, on a number crying who are here, then they are failures. And that is what I make want MCC.
Very wrong. I think I'm planning within this month here. Be some series to help the people of Takwa make informed decision and choices. Koyo, A plus. Koyo, I don't know. All right, so a base series a very wrapped series B. Yeah. It will help the people of Takwa to make informed decisions and choices in relation to representative in parliament. But Mamida is honorable ACN Midasepa. Mamiko a social commentator, so Bernard Okra. Ben, good morning, sir.
Good morning, Pastor Mike.
Bibi Aboko there. Fantastic. Adum keke. Oh, really? Oh, okay. Okay, fine.
No, but we had to
Right, great. Well, we are still waiting for the MPP's a rep here until your train MPP rep to walk in. Also to defend their side of the story. We a adversarial discussion. The topic to and we make speak to the matter who are had to speak to your issue. We raise an issue you counter with your facts and figures. They're also sitting here to prove with figures and your facts Right, Ben, Takwa in Swahili development at the demo.
Pastor Mike,
there's an initial comment. We'll move into the main discussion.
Yeah, I mean, for worrying. Now, sɛ mɛkɔma asɛm do a na menkyerɛ etiefo de bi de yɛbɛtena ha de a ɔyɛ adwenkyerɛ na he nyina yɛ de ne yɛkyerɛ yɛn adwen ɔno nkyerɛ de bi a awo etifie no enim nyansa dododo sen anaaso mpo da bibi dem na mmom akwanya bi na waba ma yɛn so yɛnya kwana bɛtena ha de a yɛkyerɛ yɛn adwen Pastor Mike sɛ ɛhwɛ takwa mpuntu a ɔrekɔdo wɔ ha de a from army baby a megina ne de Pastor Mike sɛ meka dɛ me rate a yɛ roads takwa inner roads me hu hwio
abede pede hu
me hu hwio because ebi ameka dɛ was it 2014 or was it 2013 2014 getting to 2015 2016 ni mo no ɛna yɛnya is 11 kilometers asphalt from Bogoso Junction, New Achabo, Adreba, Ebefa, Sanite, Ebefa, what can then Market Sector, Padmore Road, yes, Ebefa. Apart from that time,
Zabaka the Padmore Road connecting to on the Bipondo.
Yeah, what kind of ministries were Sun ministries were.
Yes, that connection, that link road, not that one. It was so bad. The state. Emma, the last time who there, assemblyman named the guys what one. Now one of Philip.
This year you saw to Pastor Mike Kohe. Nini na wo. Eshe Sheroda what fado ko community mining esro alimes
yeah
de be fasana ide one Pastor Mike fado sisi
my ebo boss you am honorable Ben Kese honorable very good morning sir honorable Ben Kese am pa and also
fado sisi Pastor Mike it's an I saw
yeah
erosion pan wa beda ekwan mfimfi erosion pan wa beda kwan sana na erufu nya erosion abeda kwan mfimfi you know, my people be said there. What is preventing leaders from there? What be tie rules, inner rules, no do?
Is it that there are no budgets for such and that's then?
On your day, be a wound to me, you. Eshe municipalities Sika Wapan or Ghana. Takwa is one of them.
Yeah.
First.
Yeah.
Takwa is one of them. Eshe, the kind of Sika mining companies would cheer, the kind of royalties are Oba, the assembly. Young Hushi, ewo in terms of young roads and other, na roads ni na young Huntuma, Sisian, Eba, you nephew, Huntuma, no Rukuyen. Major Wa Mentasi. Pastor Mike, Major Wa Mentasi. Eba, me who, Croa, or what Takwahadea, Eba catch him the new roads in Oye. In Canfin na war ye kwani traffic bop pedo wa champion way. Ye wo inner roads be bria. Ebe to mafa ne de ko pay banchim. Ni nyina say. Ko bring na chim kohwe. Roads ni na anye. Pastor Mike. Ye mbra ni nsu. Ye ni nsu sem. Ye ban Ghana Water Company nsu a wo pump do ko efie ma. Me nim obia obetuma afra ka kire me there ni nso aba 24/7 every day bia nso ni sido na di nsu ya baby a wo pomp nsu ya ampo na hwe sisi ya.
Do you think that then lastly do you think that the people of Takwana we have been conditioned a certain way there it's okay BBI is fine with
Pastor
us.
Mike the thing is there you were some kind of people be a catch over there. I'm them party the womb too. I'm them party they would come from. Until say I didn't know record on your crown upon the person would defend the thing. On the CC Yama, ye bedroom be a ye drisia. Send call back yet to aba based on performance. Say yet to aba based on performance in Katakwa in Kaya situation on your nini. Echo Cape Coast, I don't know. Most of their roads has been tarred. Most of their roads have been tarred. if we change the way we vote and we vote based on performance, my yesh impunto a yesh no takwa hade no yensa beka. But ya to abani in such a way there say nipa no born home modern, say one born home modern, sorted them, or what they then yako that way. On the sisi we di up till now.
Okay.
Abba monumental project. Yet my dear says Yembrakado, the mad way day, it is benefiting Takwansway. You can do assembly see the mad way, it is benefiting Takwansway. Library Osiwon, Kwashe, the state of the library right now. The state of the library right now. Not the idea. Chada abandon the sikayan wo money mode. Ana krom hadede. The young bohom ban ye pa de. I'm a project. It's I am a dode. Project as is your which hey. Oh yeah, what can they see any part?
Stadium.
Yes, stadium. And Kobe me there. Then can go face for Nakasabe manager Adam. Yes. Kobe me there.
What is your fear? What is your fear?
Because if the thing what they say and they say in sema obejin sim even crown upon assembly crown position in sema obejin sim
but it's already handed over
assembly ne work and then assembly hall your sister hey old one Pastor Mike or your nice edifice
it could be used for something else.
It could be used for something else to generate income from this. But the state of it. No, the young one, the fofra, or that don't the same.
So I had a natural phenomenon with the black people.
But is that the way to go?
I don't know whether to or not. When about fofra?
Not But so Mike, is that the way to go? There or there project the taxpayers money once case on them there we see for front in ye project more to a pansam or I mean you're quite another ye bay. You're quite another ye bay. Pastor Mike say a drive a chrome and you build it takes the grace for you to reach home. The Biamako say nam chrome and you build street lights away you cook away and nam chrome
baby I assume
and nam chrome you build that's a car throw light to Wilma. It is grace. I don't make a canon you could with you.
And then people said that is it that we have been conditioned? Maybe ya just to do the man not it there.
Mike, we don't vote based on performance. We have been structured right there. You're not general. Why static? There, I'm a day me MPP ni. Into the side all code no me farman. I'm a day me NDC ni. I'm a day me CPP ni. We don't vote based on performance. What about? Think a year to about based on performance. Pastor Mike. In Kanye, you should bring you.
Very well. My answer, the main reason for today's topic is about the high cost of living, then Ghana's public debt. Because I'm just in future. Push Ghana's debt, CCA, almost about 742.
High cost of living now.
Yes, okay. Yes, sir. You share the debt or I didn't tell share Ghana a bobusia bibrisa.
All right, Pastor Mark.
Yes, sir.
Idea balcony say Bosia Casano or Yeka.
Yeah,
Bosia Yeka. Akoye say Aji Dachi Ka at winning. That is Bosia. And a minor say a bit to Poahu. Now a minimize a wood dachi car. A bibiano a cat would winning my wood dachi for. And say a share. A kaya di wabakwasemwa one shall see free a kufuado and kwaso or shall see a free baby and a neighbor to be a do say that yes here on this a man is still under development and a maya afina a tumpon a ben here sika and a ben here but be nature so na de atumpon se se sika no eni bi da wo fi a ne oti bia no di se ko bisa bosia ana onte sa enti bosia na ye bisa no e wo se ye bisa ye bribia ye ni mu se at the end of the day no ono so betum atua ne ho kampo ama with short time no impo no ye da chi kebe da wono watum na wafiri yenso ye how kese o ma ye ka no wa bwa kwanim akodo bi wadu sisi ya no ono no mi famfiri oli atamos na president Mahama wa breso ni famforo so kakra yenimu sie se president Mahama na president atamos waje bosia anameboa waje no wo ye bribia yani ehu bribe ti se schools yenim a school do dra bosia ye je no ye di ye yenim bibi ti se a hospitals a wo breso no bosia waje no wo de eye ye wo hom bibi airport yenim se airport wo no there are other service charges a ye gigi at least se ye bobo anu yi a obetum pona watwatwa se kana ye kwaje na pastor Mike ne o hadwen kase pa ne se ye badwene po se ye kwaje sika na ye de be ye sa de ye we na fa ye sika ni we na ade ye no wasesa oni ade a sebi o hadwen ebi ma o hadwen ne se ye de ye japade a ye wo ekosi ahowa akwaje bosia oni ne ma mienu a wamma ye kai prepare no wabro yeso because oni musie se ade a medikosi ahowa no enye na metu no daachi na won obetu no enti meji sika dia menye ne kase na mprempre no mfa bi fanya me hu yie. That is the issue you face in Ghana and contesa na kayese Kole Lagoon, right? Bola iron matchum efi esino enti yen kwachi bosia na parliament emboa ne yen tisansuo nim ama efi a ode yare ba okunkrofo won kan no sa efi no afiri ho ne kay kwachi bosia ni ba yenim se yaje bosia apon yare ano ntisa yakwachi bosia wie den na osi nipa ye disi kan share ne nsa se on hwesa sa efi no afiri ho no wa tabri miskara koguni dem ama ne workers ne efie nkola mpo awie bi abena na mpo onim dodora wo wiai pastor Mike we no ma ye bosia no 1 minute o because ye ko say be yade ye no asade ye no ye mfanye e bo say what time no with the next 4 years no e wo say sa kwaji bosia biem e de be ye sade kro na ye ka ho asem no oni ni ade o ma ye bosia e ka ye de no 1 minute ye pastor Mike say e be boa me a min kura records na e wa ha na ye fa free kwamen kuma na breso Ghana e ka bosia ye boy na ka ye di no e bobo ni na no ade abomu a ade se only 150 million me need the exact records na wa ha but only 150 million dollars, right? If I'm correct enne me no ka say Ghana ye ka ye total e ka ye di sisia no wakoye saying so it tells you say within this short time yeah, just few years 80 years a Ghana say is more than 700 million. Say many correct figure na fi ya is more than 700 million dollars. Ni yemi say ya ho say sika ya ye gigi no den pa ni this sika no aye almost 700 million dollars. Then it is sika no ye dia ye awo Ghana ha akoka wasi ye dia ye free SHS.
Very well. Mr. Sempacha nyabotema me na me kwa amasomra sisi amene Reverend Dr. Samuel Walayon Mensa enkodin komo aye sena medin kakan no aye the running mate to Dr. Ayariga APC. Doc, good morning sir.
Good morning.
Sempacha apon to say
Anyamina do.
You are. Where the end and the pay that's a power with your time spent with us or your time for us this morning on Takwa 93.7. My miss say, what are the reasons for you are a senior lecturer and also economist? What are some of the reasons in Ghana you see us having a lot of loans? What is the cost? The cost, sir.
Yo, good morning to our cherished listeners. For some time now, Ghana as a country and as an economy find it very difficult to manage and maintain a fiscal discipline. Fiscal discipline in this sense means that we are not able to use financial resources judiciously. And so it borders on three thematic challenges: misapplication of resources, mismanagement of resources, and misappropriation of resources. And these issues now affect the governance structures. And so we contract loans for projects, but these monies never go into such projects. And sometimes, in some instances, it's only about 40% of these monies that goes into projects. And so if you look at our procurement processes and procedures, that is where we have not been able to fight for value for money. Most of the contracts and the amount of money that have been allocated for such contracts could have given us about 3 times of such contracts in the country. But we succeeded just sharing the rest of the money to either party folks, and we employ people as middlemen. And these middlemen are politicians who are not in the front line. And so there are some business politicians who normally finance political parties. And anytime these parties win power, then they try as much as possible to use the party to amass wealth for themselves. I think generally these are our challenges as a country, that we are not able to manage the economy very well, and it leads to economic mismanagement coupled with corrupt practices that we've seen from the individual, institutional, and national level. I believe these are major issues that always push us to go in for more money without necessarily having value for these monies.
Doug, when you look at Ghana's public debt as we speak, it's about 742 billion Ghana cedis.
Now it's now even 761 billion.
761.
761. 761.
What the figures that I have before me, when you look at the external debt, Ghana is owes about 452 billion, and then also that is the external debt. Then the domestic debt is about 290 billion. So coupled with what you've added now, would you sum it up with the reasons for which you have already enumerated that these are accounting for our skyrocketing loans that Ghana is procuring every single year?
Exactly. I would say our debt to GDP is ranging between 65 to 70% currently, and I believe Ghana as a country, we've not been able to utilize resources well. If you look at it from the angle of financial indiscipline, if you look at the Auditor General's report alone, you see, if you really want to understand how resources are being used in this country, just take the Auditor General's report. That is the implementation level. So that shows how the resources that we have accrued is being utilized. So if you take the Auditor General's report alone, monies that have been misappropriated, misapplied, and misused through corrupt practices is more than the money that we are seeking from IMF and World Bank. And if at this point, IMF Auditor General's department powers to surcharge people so that we'll be able to recoup these monies into the consolidated fund, the bigger question is, why is government not interested in ensuring, the Auditor General's department surcharge people who have misapplied government and state monies and state resources? Why is government lacking that political will and that strong leadership? Because government realizes it is his own appointees that will be arrested at the end of the day. And the government doesn't want to be attracted with any kind of bad name. And at the end of the day, they just leave the sleeping dogs lying. And I believe that is a recipe for disaster. So the president should have been more committed in fighting corruption. A president is able to support, develop, and resource various anti-corruption institutions like the IOCO, like the Auditor General's Department, like the State Attorney, Special Prosecutor, Attorney General Department, Police CID Unit. Definitely, we will be able to fight corruption. But any time that there is a corruption allegation against any appointee or official or any big man, the president and our government itself will run to the defense of that person even before the investigations commence. And this defeats the purpose of fighting corruption. And those who want to engage in corrupt practices are always emboldened, say, you can do anything in the name and hide in the name of a party and just go and scot-free.
Right.
So if really we want to fight these corrupt practices and value for money, then there is a need for us to really make the anti-corruption institutions quite autonomous.
Doc, let me ask you, what is the correlation here? Ghana's high public debt as against high cost of living standard in Ghana. What is the correlation?
Well, the interesting thing is that once you are an economy and you have a very high debt means instead of you to use your resources, your financial resources, the money that you are going to raise as revenue into the country to develop the local economy, you'll be using a chunk of that resources, I mean the revenue, to be servicing debts. And once that happens, meaning you can't develop your productive sectors of the economy. And once that happens, meaning that the economy will not be able to produce much to meet the market demand, the domestic consumption needs. So you need to depend on foreign goods for domestic consumption. And once the foreign goods are coming, definitely because government is owning a lot, government may increase the taxes on clearance, on clearing of these goods. And that makes it very expensive. The goods becomes very expensive. So you realize that those who are importing cars into the country, the amount of money they buy these cars is less than even the clearing charges that they pay at our ports. And that invariably, you transfer the cost to the final consumer or the buyer. So that is what is making the cost of living in this country to be high. Because once your debt stock is high, definitely it triggers inflation. So once inflation is triggered, meaning there are high cost of living. So definitely they have a direct correlation. And I believe, if really government wanted to control inflation and vis-a-vis control the cost of living by increasing the standard of living, then there is the need for us to produce much more domestically. That calls for domestication. You produce what you eat and you eat what you produce. And I think that is what we have narrowed to describe as domestic economy. And the real domestic economy will enable you to take advantage of your scale of preference and that of comparative advantage and absolute advantage. Comparative advantage and absolute advantage means that there are goods that we are importing into this country which we can produce in Ghana. So already we have resources. So maybe what we needed is the technology. So you only apply technology. And how do we do that? There are already existing structures. There are some Ghanaian entrepreneurs that can do that, but they lack the financial muscles to do that. The government joins hands with them. That is what we call the PPP, private-public partnership. Government joins hands with them, becomes a shareholder. Then he releases these financial resources, these monies to these individual investors to be able to go into production of these commodities that we really need in this country. I think that is the only way we can reduce importation, because if you are not producing much to meet local demands, and you also reduce importation drastically, it also triggers another inflation, because definitely the goods in the economy becomes scarce, whilst you have limited the inflow of such goods into your country. So for us, like for instance, we've been saying, say, we need to reduce importation of rice, importation of sugar. For us to be able to cut down the importation of rice and sugar, then we need to empower the private sector vis-a-vis the PPP in Ghana to be able to produce them at least 60% of what we needed domestically must be produced in this country. Once we are able to do that, then government will now have the guts to say, okay, we are reducing the quota of rice importation, millet importation, sugar importation into this country by 50%. But if you are not able to do that, and you just want to reduce importation into this country, then definitely there will be shortage. And once there is shortage, then more money will be chasing fewer goods, and that will lead to inflation, and that will lead to high prices of goods and services, and that will lead to high cost of living, and that will also lead to low standard of living, because definitely people will not be able to afford 3 square meals, or they may not have the purchasing power, which we call the money at this point. So there is it's an integrated approach that government needs to adopt.
Right. I will come back to the solutions that is the integrated approach that government needs to adopt. But when you look at global ranking by Bloomberg, has described Ghana's cedi as the worst performing among 1,250 currencies in the world. What has really accounted for such low performance or worst performance by the Ghana cedi?
Well, it's over borrowing. It's over borrowing is the main cause of our woes, and also our high dependency on foreign goods. So even if you look at it from the angle of agribusinesses and agro-processing, if you look at it from the angle of petrochemical industry, do you know that the crude oil that we have discovered, we explored at Takoradi Enclave, before we refine this crude oil into petrol, diesel, and all others, do you know that the refinery is done in UK and Dubai largely? So what government does is that they hired a ship. Let me put it in this normal English term. The government hired a ship to carry the crude oil from Takoradi to Dubai at a cost. The government refined this crude oil into petrol and diesel over there at an additional cost. Then the government hires another ship to bring the refined product to Ghana at another cost. And so now government needs to look at all these costs and put some small profit on it. Don't you think that is what has pushed our petrochemical products to be so expensive? So I believe, say, if we were to refine at least 70% of our domestic consumption in this country, then definitely we will be able to be selling maybe a gallon of petrol around 30-35 cedis now. So we are not able to develop the economy, because if a politician exports the crude oil and refine outside, the politicians make more money. You understand? So they don't want the crude to be refined here, where everybody knows the cost buildup.
Okay.
So they always want to engage in foreign transactions, thereby using it as a conduit to steal the state. The same thing applies to the COVID time, when most countries were even buying a jug of COVID drugs for $5, but Ghana was buying it $18. But meanwhile, the World Health Organization has given some pharmaceutical companies in Ghana to also produce the same COVID drugs and vaccines in Ghana. So why don't government of Ghana give the pharmaceutical companies like MMJ, Kinapharma, and all others this money that they went to procure to produce it right here, and which will be even more environmentally friendly, because our DNA will have been taken into account in producing this vaccine and jabs. But government deemed it necessary, say they will engage middlemen. These middlemen are politicians, business politicians, and instead of buying it $5, they are buying it $18. The difference there is $13. So the businessmen and the politicians become richer than the state. And so that is the kind of governance that we have professed all over the years. And when we are saying it, Ghanaians don't listen. We think, say, it's just an issue about NDC. And it's not just about NDC NPP. It's about doing the right thing.
Doc, lastly, let me ask you, I am a bit emotional about your explanation. What is the foundational problem with us as people?
I think Ghana's problem is multidimensional, but I believe that we are becoming more materialistic people. More materialistic people means everybody is interested in material things, and nobody wants to see integrity as a property. Even the good old books, the Bible says that a good name is far better than riches. And so, but then these days nobody is talking about morality. Nobody is talking about honesty. Nobody is talking about chastity. Nobody is talking about good values. Nobody is talking about truthfulness. Nobody is talking about loyalty. We are all talking about material things. And so gradually, politicians understand this language for Ghanaians, and they are playing on that gallery to the extent that even chiefs collect bribes from politicians. Churches, pastors, we collect bribes from politicians. So the system has been corrupt to the extent that unless we get somebody who is not interested in material things to become a leader, it is only then that this country will see progress. Because once you are a leader, you become a leader, and you are so much interested in material things. You see somebody's house, you want to, because you are the president, you want to have the biggest house, you want to have the biggest car, you want to have the biggest investment. That will definitely makes you not to be able to monitor your subjects, and that brings grounds for corruption. I think that basically that has been our challenge as a country, but nobody talks about it.
Doc, I'm going to slate a date for you so that we can have a lengthy discussion with you as the running mate to Dr. Hassan Ayariga, All People's Congress. But I'm asking you, do you think, looking at what you have enumerated, is Ghana ready for a third force?
Well, it's a very big question. I think the third force needs to put out itself there. Ghanaians who vote. So, for instance, I put myself out there, and we decided that governance is teamwork. And so let's join hands with political parties and our movement that share same sentiments, visions, and opinions. And at the end of the day, we have joined alliance with the APC. We form an alliance with APC, and we maintain Dr. Hassan Ayariga as the presidential candidate, myself as the running mate, and I represent the Great Alliance movement and the New Nkrumah's Revolutionary Movement. And I believe that what we're supposed to do is to engage Ghanaians in terms of public education, in terms of selling out our policies and programs out there. Constitutionally, that is what we're supposed to do. And civil constitutionally, Ghanaians, they need to vote. And so we have not yet voted. But it's a decision that Ghanaians must make, and you can't insult their integrity. So let's see what December 7 will provide. Then we'll be able to give a comprehensive answer. But I think most Ghanaians are now stressed up. If that is why you see that even the two leading parties, the NPP and MPP, cannot campaign. What NDC and NPP are doing is simply that they bus people from different places, put them at one center, and their leaders will just come and speak over there. That is purely business. It's not campaigning. And so they cannot campaign because Ghanaians are tired of listening to them. And so they have evaded the media space, both print media, electronic media.
That is true.
And traditionally, because at the end of the day, the media houses also need money. Some media houses also think that it's only political time that they make money. And so they too, some media houses are not interested in who is saying the truth. They are also interested in who will give them the money. Then whatever they are saying, they announce it. And that is the kind of media we are also practicing in this country.
Doc, I'm so grateful. Definitely, I'm going to have a time with you so that we can have a lengthy discussion on the future of Ghana's politics and Ghana's governance. I'm so grateful to you, Reverend Dr. Walayan. Good. Running mate to APC, that is Dr. Hassan Yarga's running mate, Reverend Dr. Walayan Mensah is the one that I spoke to just minutes ago. All right, we're so grateful to him for his wisdom. Right, Ben, okay, Mr. Zane. All right, sir.
If I Pastor Mike.
Yes, sir.
As someone you ever coming and a doctor, okay, to be frank with you, to me, what proof is here we deserve is here or your running mate. Because issue a Ghana ye facing right now, no.
Yeah.
What they just issue no anope. I very simple.
Yeah.
And before Kwana make be say your debt to cry 741 million.
Yeah.
Not to know say even 761.
61.
So serious. Look, during President Mahama time, even from Nkrumah to President Mahama time, now your debt is 122 million. And what they say, Yanti 122 no free 761.
Yeah.
Yansha within 8 years, a car in Kofoi Abagu. And look, 123 come and come out.
Yeah, calculation here.
Okay, good.
122 out of 1
out of
61.
761.
76. Yeah, 761. 122 from 761. That is
639.
639. Okay. So in a space of 8 years.
8 years.
Okay.
In Kofoi a car 639 million cedis at the Aguyango. Pastor Mike, out of 122 no. President Dr. Kwame Nkrumah de Kahu Kufo de hina HMB Atamos Ebesi Mahama de hina HMB. But even Pastor Mike, President Mahama Poyapa ne se ne kagina poye 122 ne po a sesika yahu hospitals ewum sesika kroyi yahu asuku adanya osisi ewum sesika kroyi airport supporter all the ma farmers. Look, so many things are yet to mean to high kind. A muna sa 123 of you. Na ye me say won sa asem ade ma asem na no o die kamre ne sa ade we o 639 million cedis ekaya wa pro ade agu we no bosia yakwaje nko ade agu we no den na nkofo di sesika we ade aye ebisa wa what's free SHS. Look, Pastor Mike, we bedru ho. You drew the cost of living now. You bedru ho. Look, about we ni abaya or the bosha kesiye pabre Ghana for me nyamu mujidi de to about the mawo. And I was so happy say abrana Dr. Ekasan okasa semwe. Say botaya ye di chi bosiano. And you need this idea. So America set example about the Kole Lagoon and other ones are yabo posi ekoji bosia akoye side we ya yamfa sa bosia no emfa enye. So Pastor Mike, within these 8 years here, sa MPP aban here Honorable Duka leni no akase kan we there wadi ehwamo kase. Yen kura records wa eye wo me limited to takwanso aye nko a sika assembly enya na niema assembly aye ayo me limited to that. Ni hu say within sa 8 years we aban we washi da wadi Ghana bro papa a onya asam ketiwa. Pastor Mike enya Ghana ha ne yewo na aban we buy say obeye planting for food and jobs. Na ke sa bosia okoje no okoje abeye planting for food and jobs. Ama ye nuane wa Ghana ha ne yankra nuane afra bochi ama. Dr. Kano kasa asem we. Because niema ye kra banyina no ye kra in dollars. Meanwhile na hayati $1 and 60 cedis and above. It is ye kra rice 1 bag. Na so ye even $80 kra no. E dana bagana cedis mo times 16. Meanwhile no ye was simple rice project e wa ha enne wada ne fofo. Ye was simple rice project a wada ne fofo. Why sank ye mfa loan e be ye planting for food and jobs e. Ye mfa ngure simple rice project mo.
Rice project na e wa kwan ho na.
E wa kwan ne ho no.
Nzo mo dai.
I think the best person I honorable Casey. Ono beti me you anu ye. Because look, o baby edwin ho antiase. Na ya tap akwaje bosia otisa se be ya planting for food and jobs a. Akodi pa akofo de kotokom. E move fertilizer and 12 million. Akodi pa akofo. So Pastor Mike, about when 8 years ni dey no kwa semini. Me bosia waje na niema onye no. Onye me wanwanse. Ye mo kwan se won san to aso a. And the next year baba da so no. Akwe be do 10 billion. Seriously, and yeah, something for joke.
Say, yenye calculation here. 639. 8 years so within
8 years.
Into the end say times 2.
So good.
Yeah, 639 times 2.
No, they 639.
What Nyaoka say bebro 10 billion no. A bebro cry. No, the end 639 no. A times 2. That is times 8 years period we on. We times 2, which is almost about 1278 1278
1.2 billion a trillion.
Yes,
say a billion trillion.
Yeah,
1.2 trillion.
Yes,
see yamma wa kwanya say once so entrance be mu e ka Ghana ye bede no. And
so it's also possible say be as 8 year addition time never no maybe they will not go for extra loans.
How aban we e bani abaya o hye ye boss Ghana dia kamne ye dodo ono oba sika no Ghana heyala because sika ne so na komodi ye.
Yes, ebia obe hu ye no. You needed this loan for the first quarter, the
first 8 years.
Yeah, for the first 8 years.
And sana what you
yes,
the first 4 years then or the year. If I be young fan to chance oba employment and akwaji loan then or the loan e the year e Ghana.
So oba is loans na yenya development bia.
Then or the loan aye Pastor Mark ye Ghana ha.
Agena 111.
Well I will be President Muhammad 4 years as hospitals I say SCWA and yeah the 111 bio.
We started a lot of interchanges.
Pastor Mike, President Muhammad at the just within 4 years is cycle interchange 8 years.
But Pokwas is done. Pokwas one way.
What the chassis? Why the chassis? You see, Mr. What can one year were put up for 8 years no? What should I say? Nanka was say what resign is a contest election in because Onyanko the only 4 years SC airports, SC hospitals. Yeah, the saddest aspect to cry here. Kumasi, and Carrier. That 39 military hospital now we'll see now when we are. Me no say in real go support airport. If you have an idea say a better agenda 111, mine I will say any face. Nyanka o na when we mono. Why say nke enwie? And Kumasi one one stronghold. Inti one bro. So it's a time I was saying about familiarity. Oh, when there's sanity. Oh, we minimum that kind of thing. No, niyantu abaye magana hu mpuntua ye deserve.
Mr. Sam that was a mess about to be Mam Coben's Ben my intio Ghana's public debts.
Pastor Mike Medasi a bio. Debt ankasa no onya de bon. Oye cow. Debt. Ankasa. Onya de bon. Mr. Mike.
But we should the can fish no.
Abra boy yellow boy. Yen to me nya ye obi ho a we nya won ho a wo hi obi an mboa. But edu baby a ebe hi obi ne mboa. Because entu me nya ho dododo there adibia pede yi bia no wan kasa betu my den aye. Enti no odu baby a even crampo na ho chetu me ba wo side. Me ko wo yanko oh chale mo achiri mo me hia ebia sika 1 cedi na 2 cedi bi na me dai den ebia me ba oya no hododo
me da check my half
yes o ebia me ba yare hospital na de misika wo asanti no ehun de debt ankasa oboa hen me yetu ye den ye bobra but adia se debt na ho baba mfaso amaho a Pastor Mike ojina adia e de sika na de beden e de beye na se debt no so obro do a Pastor Mike no de ahocher e ye den ereba wo side agi sika no ade a awode de sika no ye no esme mfa sika no ye de made no na se de different thing a me mfa nda se wo business area na se epesika kakra ne de ahye business do mo be ya business na ide obenyin na enya mfaso na etum de ide e de kotua ka wo na se agi sika no Pastor Mike na se de for slaughterhouse kwaji na ntwina 4 pounds every day bia sika no baba mfaso amom na de tua debt na
Davida
ibi na yele hu sisi ai because
e buy the kwaji loan na de for slaughterhouse
Pastor Mike in fact you na me you there ese one more sika na fashe wedwuma na wedwuma ntumpon egi sika no e da for slaughterhouse aka gina ntuna 4 pounds upon 2 pounds
chebi na ntuna ori acha
Pastor Mike kan hu there sika no yan dia ebetua sika no onya odia ebetua enti no ade a ede sika no ede be ya emfaso baba sika no ho ama enya ni sika no rade akoma no ono ode adwene ho
eno bi
se emfaso no ba na se etua wo ka wie na se emfaso ba dan no ebetuma akosota house
obi de ka
do apebia no
okobobosia odeka okope bia ba bi obma no na ntwinam ma no di ba na fufu na asanke impa soa ade ba to was medicant mini di
dem ni ba no ntum da ni fie because I count for it down Pastor Mike
is serious
share a kawa 1 million do no yan vice president in Bibe Wabesin ko akan I say when the fundamentals are weak the exchange rate will expose you it's no be some of the other fundamentals no reckon wasam because so exchange rate is weaker and also put the usika what currency or you weaker it affect your debt stock because we see the you see we depreciate and the $1 is equivalent to say 16 cedis or 17 cedis yes and you know akobo bosiana the bosiano is not in Ghana cedis so it's in dollars and if your exchange rate is depreciating now automatically no it will affect your debt stock into debt stock in bed obey increase abeti no wo there ye ema wo currency a use no ahode na bem that is domestic measures only fundamentals na na reka wan asem no what are the fundamentals ni de ebema wo sidin eye are strong Ghana had we have been over dependent on foreign goods Bibia be dibia yakra emo yakra it seems there Ghana had ye ni asase wa ha ye duade wa ha ye duade a ombo wa ha ye duamu a oyeye wa ha ye duabrode oyeye wa ha
ba me ji se ekwan dem kran wan kran be kran ma o
ewa bibia yakra tomato si Burkina no wodi fi na anyo na adi what's this here Koguma your Burkina de near Ghana de what's Burkina de I don't know meaning echo in supermarket full of foreign goods.
And it's so pathetic to the extent that say my locally produced in Crampon, we don't seem to put premium.
Yes.
Yes. But yeah, comparative analysis. Abonze also Burkina Faso, ye papa
Ghana didn't want them. And we don't promote our own. But it is the responsibility of government. They over put measures in place to industrialize the country. Ye woman ama some in yaman kitigiti wo wan yan ankasa so ye tunu ya den ya ye ono enobama yen what can the exchange rate no and also put yen cedi no mo aye du. Yeshe Ghana hadia aba factory pan or Ghana hadia because oil state owned factory o produce nyama obwa yen ankasa yen abrabo yelgui
o nche isi aboso glass factory omo be
anan wolu gbogbo ko hono kwhwe
omo be the last time will be frame say omo de baye
metete what baye campaign
there I remember very well 2020 prior to 2020 election and so another people from here now so we are boss glass factory in the Amazon there campaign be o be na aboa mama to produce
Pastor Mike say de odru campaign
but this is a serious issue very serious issue
asama ye keyehu odru about to time politician beka some doko obeka mepede te no no obeka achiro but obodru ho de obeye mepede oye no ono ni asama akadan bo achibidi into Pastor Mike the exchange rate no this year what it was pansam to the extent there the city no odru baby na the city was in free fall every 24 hours biano I don't know what the value. This year, the real value of the CD power it has been depreciated over 50%. Because say phone way, not so 1,000 in the current market, we catch all the 2,500 and others put 3,000. Why? It's this has transcended into the what can the living condition that you will see.
Okay, so about living condition, let's just walk in there. Nah,
Into Pastor Mike, them living conditions here no say Eshe Ghana ekawa yedia. Na say ye bubuma yahu obi ade ko be 24,000 say. Yes. Yeah, the co.
Yeah.
Ecom account to press code him crown pony. But
it's a serious matter.
CCR, we are facing what kind of them problem? Yes, 24,000. You face them problem you. Pastor Mike, let's CCR taxes, indirect taxes. Introduction of over 21 taxes are what about count? Apart from yes, did not devalue. Now, because abandoning his our service debt. And only any other what can then
alternative be
there. And you know the bit you call into order the taxes, emission levy, COVID tax, what can then levy, betting tax. Chade taxes petroleum is here petrol credit tax. I did be able to be a tax that. Until one my living condition, it has skyrocketed. Until me say individual, that's a one contain at the end of the month, Pastor Mike. Say end close to ABR 6,000 and 7,000. There one can say every did one can say one mark on 1 day. Pastor Mike forget. Now even
one I think Ghana Statistical Service.
Yes.
I want report about Bonte. I think somewhere early part of this year. Actually, say Obi who a household of about four. Now say between a year comfortably.
Yes.
You should have about 40,000 monthly. Yeah.
There be some there. Ejuma ye. Bosum so chair and kawahin.
Baby J. Yeah.
How many of
a single person is around 12,000
yes.
800 and something.
800 yes.
Yeah.
It's Ghana for him in the way Juma even 1 earn 2,000 every month. Ghana for him.
Really?
2,000 per year market, you have 1,000 1,005. Ghana for him. And at the end of the month, what to me?
Last Zoom Lion for no one agitation will raise here no. One monthly salary by
250
by last 2 years won't you on can 250 a month. Yeah, 250 cedis.
It's obvious to them. How do you expect
there's something foundational wrong with us as a people.
Pastor Mike. And would there see and why there? I don't know. Say one for me. In terms of this year, Ghana from Obiadi because a can. The other time, young vice president will be son. I bet you know by ye ama enemy ya no. Ghana for we one hali and kakra.
Now's then.
Young Chanoba power.
No, boy.
Oh, the CCR.
He doesn't have the keys now.
Oh, the CCR. Oh, the CCR. The power, but no be to my.
He doesn't have the keys now.
One, Mister, that day no can. One of my be with I don't know. I just got one attack and ask. Oh, ye.
Baby.
Work a 2 months me ya to abia.
Obey, that's all.
But Pastor Mike, make the mass of me bisa NDC for so. Warrior campaign. Workers 24-hour economy. Those kind of. Since here, yes, December be on enemy. Abasha would be queen. I want to mention once more. The end is full. Yaba, yet the damn may be queen, yet the damn way no Bob Wama, yes, Sidin, wait to ye stabilize Sidin. We know Bob Wama, yet to me, then.
Proud to MPP assumption into office in 2017. Mm-hmm. I think the IGP then was upon Bueno or so, if I'm right. Mono Dr. Bamian said the city will be arrested and then the keys handed to the IGP. But ABS is a Kufu Dampare now. And ABA NDC force between promises they be also by or they will arrest the dollar and give the keys to
IGP. Because proud to 2016. Now Dr. Baumia Oko UD work and UPSC. Okay, lectures now about your economy, about cities, but NDC for more kind of 24-hour economy.
But MPP is making a propaganda there. 24-hour and also bringing that night class.
But Samay, it is high time. Or them two political parties, yes, scrutinize one ye.
That's where scrutiny needs to be mad. Yes. Then they get pissed off. They are angry.
Why?
Why you should be questioning them?
Because everybody, here Nankasa, and you pay taxpayers' money. Need what you go. Taxpayers' money, yes, a jet. The fire then Fabu here Nankasa. It is everybody, or the young Mutsibu Paul. There, the member, the mad way, and the book are cream. Them obey ya, Timemufu won't be her. Since here, Galam says, Semia, or Kodia, you shall say. Abba planner in this for or that today. Yeba, because this year current year away. What's way this year? Unto Oba,
be released one boot, and this is be released one boot. I wait on a touchline.
Abba, don't obey it. And what? Sisiano, a rank, the standard of living in Africa, Ghana, the highest yet to the sixth.
Yeah.
Yet to the sixth. And there, ekita 500 Ghana cedis na Boro supermarket, Pastor Mike. And you may be young of Yanu Crown, also maybe.
Oh,
why? I didn't know all about them. Ye free baby. One come at forward ever, backward never. But over there, it come out the end forward ever. No, it is based on a work and then prices of goods and services. Because I don't know, Okosura, there is no way about before. There is no way about before.
Very well, Ben. We did face him and now MPP Nina Baby because we'll be wrapping up very soon.
Mike, mommy, intimate.
Now, you might
as me put me candidate. And this woman
alternative, solid one.
Woman alternative.
Now 24 hours we say when data near you. 24 hour night clubs and they're doing nine.
You would there say your back. The madi no obey. Ama the standard of living as is on the view. Why then? What drop?
But that was Bernard Okran, social commentator. I don't know. Yaka said Boachi Ansan, communication team member of the MPP. I just walked in for fair hearing. Yabema Nembreka Krana at least to make his point.
Okay, you can use this.
Yes. Yeah, microphone. Boachi, Apomwe.
I know, Pastor.
Very well. I said the more little. Okay. Okay, no problem. Okay, watch it. My interview for the next couple of minutes. Yeah.
But Mike, first of all, I'm very sorry.
Yeah, no problem.
Time no for you know. That in your baby, me banyina na me hwe no Facebook no. Mo Facebook na dem pa anti. Obetimi ahwe bi o.
Right. Fantastic.
Enkomodidi.
But so my mama honorable duka so correct information, solid information. I say I have very distorted information. I have something on there. Yeah, in regards to our program here, I want to say I have a professional work now. More of intellectual level. Yeah, buga discussion be yeah solid. That more encouraging. So I on Pembrane on share on Facebook and that's on our streaming platforms.
And Omar send the distorted information.
Exactly. That's what I'm just only telling you the tip of the iceberg. Say I am a man information. I will move happy.
Depends on the career of the unipana or kwakokana. So because honestly, me some of the times me make program with you and yes or had me say me I'm sure some catch or crowd the way you manage your program and everything. As a communicator, I'm very happy with the way you manage your program. So Wahankwana, you buy ubetimi enya video online and just to we are somehow a set bit to sell so but if you nipa na buy no na akwakwe no so akokana sem for Friday also be
I appreciate that.
But at the end of the day, say we adwuma pa the day that could be doing so not yes then the nipa na kind we say what we also think.
Exactly.
Yes. Okay. I have the only problem.
Thank you. Proceed, sir.
MK.
Yes, sir.
Commodity Mecha, the chairman of the party. Chairman Benami. Yes, na Macha Penny for Takwanso MPP party na any party members in na in the Chakasi and so come at Takafo. Commodity I think say it is very relevant to our daily issues at DBI facing. Now, talking about the standard of living. Or mind be a muno. The way of mind for no, they feel they are ins and outs. The way an economy is faring and a standard of living. That's what I say. You know, most of us are aden didn't know what's when you are was resa.
Me need your communication now. More bemo.
I said, "Be am a bam, and me no dim command, managing all right. But standard of living, idiot. On say, now you in this one, you are posing a question. Say, is it government policies?
Yeah.
And I say external,
natural phenomenon. Yeah,
natural phenomenon. And I say external shocks. Now, and say it is very important. Say we will note. Say we have come across natural phenomenon.
Yeah,
external shocks. Are you intimi overlooking? Anna. Most of the time, I say you didn't come on you involve that factor, no? Because Sisiano, when it comes to standard of living, our mind be FAC similar challenges. Then yes, everybody one, everybody two, everybody three. But so oko as a oko UK na yes, inflation could do 5%, 6%. Or make us say all-time high. So what I say. Because under normal circumstances, no the NSN can 1%, maybe at 2%. So of course we are at 3%. So economy be any standards are but notwithstanding, so we the same year inflation they drew 5%, or more can say all time higher. Amount for news soon jojo now na 6%. That 6% on the bagan and manka, praise the Lord. And the other two. And you know, in every economy, sisi ewo ewiase we mono. From 2021, 2022, standard of living no akosro due to inflation on the global market. Now, the last time President Biden kasa bebre so soon so was so say a global shipping liners na was a COVID buy no ade omo ye no so mo kan ho bom enti shipping lines ni nyina kan ho bom sana what it creates a monopoly enti shipping prices are more the bebano because o come ho bom enti no there will not be that competition say o ka say one city as soon as we ka say 50 pesos near you 50 pesos there you see o come ho bom to agree on a price na akwakwa say so o ka say 2 cities are ye nyina no 2 cities na na eden ye use. Right after that, we have seen a lot of geopolitical tensions from Russia, Ukraine. When we say Russia, Ukraine, and so Nyoma you import cereals, Nadia you import fuel. If there is that geopolitical tension, it will affect the supply chain and so. The Israel for also Lebanon, for also the Red Sea more than Ntokwada. Red Sea is here baby and Nyoma baby and Nama Eba. CCR so almost the whole iron tokwa. If you don't have to use the Red Sea, you have to use probably a longer route and also affect shipment and transportation on sea. Now, at the end of the day, government when you are hit by these challenges, you are expected to also put in some measures minimizing the impact on your citizens. MK, Dr. Mahmoud Baumia. So we an exchange rate at asemian komoya idea. On the Ghana no. Adia ye unfortunate emaye bebre pan say ye import driven. Now as a import driven na ye as o mine no amount for be businesses. Omo de no so be importation e den e de aba. The most of the time no say if you are taking any policy ebeboa am I reducing importation? Said about you bet me. I take a critical look at Nyoma a producer or mining man. Now, sound than politics. Now, sound than yourself because your hanum say, Anna, the trade minister, Eka said they were bringing a policy a bit Maya cut it off and on a lot of importation, especially the basic needs. No, now it only on some exceptional cases and as issues never made me a imported because Ghana have foreigners so you can't force foreigners to use your local goods until if you are foreigner be your bar or pay in foreign water no person use and no you can't force so on very few exceptional cases never ye importing your mind abba said we are mindful mood on betting me a share the new may all mind more than a day because I'm rough short I'll be there baby more that I say but after bedane politics bedane politics minority did not support no after the whole lot of press conferences by some banning having a lot of the importers and so then for me unions the fight against the whole idea of restricting importation say ebasa na the democracy moves in the way democracy now so the majority and the minority if you have that strong and as a vehement opposition no against such a policy it will not work say then one unfortunate thing is say the last time Ghana Statistical Service Director by now say inflation hit 21% and even that was food inflation. So I say food inflation. We say sometimes I didn't impona Ghana we produce more than we can consume. But still, yes or yeah, food inflation neither in a cost. I didn't hear. You know we have amount for beer, especially in our agriculture areas. Say some people can produce and decide to give it to Burkina Faso in neighboring countries to rather sell to them. instead of selling in Ghana. Yeah, those issues ni bebree. Nti no, ube say a brew a short kakra. Na brew no short ya short no just say ya produce pan and so ya farm back Ghanaian market. Ya ton ama Burkina Faso, ya ton ama Togo, ya ton ama other countries. And also ya there affect your food inflation ni ye. Ana easy answer. Oka he say munya mbeka ya nansen ye beto ja say ya hwe a ebenya shortage kakra we aduane semu or because of climate change. That is all because of climate change. Ama ensure the way si bi ese tono entimi anto. But me some question into aso enche bi abobisa am say na one village one dam no, but at the end of the day me enche bi no amba abobisa am say one village one dam no go say jere ma me some fast say minimum enti on say one village one dam no. Those communities are almost a year. No, and then no credit. Say if you ask good any think about this, I come there bed dear they say oh yes, it's a na maintain northern region baby while one village one you takwa and come at yourself banchi man as a fanta mean of it where communities are almost no a year successful no. I think they are using it now ebeboa ama etimi minimize situation no kakra so we dey a climate change sense may be ekoya nti we this kind of intervention no so ebo ebeso so emu kakra afei so we one district one factory program so aye dey buy here. I think one district one factory program no on say in your society ababeboa to a large extent, but ebetimi amana more effective ama na solve a lot of issues na then e dey amaya sisi anobata kwa num say ya on say ya launch here there the fiasman oil palm factory omo ye adwuma sisi ano
e wo himfasa
e wo okọ dompema e wo kwan no ho fitting shop bi o the opposite bi o say e ye adwuma pa. They've been for about 4 months. They've been working for 4 months. Oh yes.
Because me who says you?
Oh yeah,
Bare 4 months.
Bare 4 months.
Because you're almost close to election.
They've been when I say factory no more year, almost year 2022.
Oh, okay.
Factory no more year 2022. Okay. But the issue was Debbie. You see this factory issue. No, do you want me to prove it?
Don't worry. No,
if say me say factory in here
me want a big video show I be pem ready won come
and I'm me say me bo a chance
I've been to site
me say factory no
some size
and I'm say who yes bet me for me bo a chance am tell me say factory in here adwuma they are there now they are processing a palm fruit so I say obi a o wa be wo bia no obetimi akoho am ato abe ne ya so wa before baby a do won beto abe ne ya
okay
and first hand information I'm giving you.
Okay. It began 2022.
No, they completed
in
the
2022.
plant in 2022, but they started working April, May,
2024.
2024, yes. They started operation April. I think there were some issues with
the
installation. There were some issues with installation.
Okay.
And also installation of the plant, and also the private partner too.
Very well.
Come and manage the affairs. Into 20.
You may coach your video, baby. But me pen mere.
Maybe I will try a check.
Mate.
So and yet after April, I'll try. I'll try in January. What I say? Not by me buy or call on chi and today did not call on chi. So could be a commission. Mate. Did you know Coco? And the other day, some information with your mupa and
oh yeah, I know.
And you're not correct. And
hey, Commander Sugar Factory.
And you're not correct.
Mike, man.
Pastor Mike, what's that way you do? Pastor Mike, me for one tell you.
And the
take. Adia, as more kade, what you do with me, say, what you do, man, dim one other because.
Enti mame debit then kaso bi enu ho Unim, do you know
conclude
conclude obi a wado abefo da bia no onim say your yield season your lean season we this season here wo mu a lean season enti obi afi no bia be den
agric minister
o say we no me say more first hand information to minim dey make so I say enti April no start production
but efa wo obi enu
and I'm saying don't say efa obi enu say say do call no obi o ha enti me ubetua say 5,000 so I'm telling you
how na say
adini nyina he dia adini nyina he dia ana me boa ana me say omo ye adwuma ho wo so omo nya adwuma ho enti say de cause say ye tuka say na call no mo ye adwuma enti say baka go say
mate yo de
me de manuzi no say you know so ufi obi oda ba bia lean season mo ne we abe omo do yin na there be production koso the empesa me try no say
omunya free
on say we lean season also go wa na be ne bi ho ba endorse
okay
so I say enti ebia instead of say ko mo be ye adwuma ebia from 6 to 6 ade bia ko mbe hunu no say abana de beba na bia 3 tons ba omo ye adwuma no we no process ya oil no then they are selling enti ebia on ko na that time no they are going now to meet customers to sell oil e na ho na
and omuni friends available market
no the market me say we no a natural phenomenon you lean and your yield say yield neba from November December January ekona you can see very them well. 24 hours full operation.
Okay, then the last one. Why is that Ghana yepe bosia bossa this year we share under the 8-year tenure of Danado Dankwa Akufo-Addo Bawumia led government or administration Mobo bosia almost about 761 billion Ghana cedis.
Then Ghana cedis no Pastor Mike okay. Ghana yako bosia on Ghana cedis na be no say Ghana
when is converted
capital market say o mama me 300 million Ghana cedis.
T asan ye bisa no. One is converted into our currency. Sika down public debt down.
$700. Why do we have the discussion in cedis?
What are we talking about?
It doesn't come. It come in dollars.
Into a the money. Okay, maybe so fine. Well, point is well noted. You're quoting in dollars.
So let's talk about it in dollars.
You're buying dollars. Do we maintain the dollar in our market share, or we are converted? For fiscal.
In our market share, don't we spend dollars here? Don't we?
How many of us do so? What is the currency of Ghana? What is the currency of Ghana? Okay, good. Say foreign companies or foreign donors or GG Sika eba. Do you go there for cedi or dollar?
We go there for dollar.
Good. Say about dollar, do we convert into dollar or we convert into cedi?
What do you convert into
good,
dollar?
Because the point we're making is say Ghana is this dollar.
There be any dollar no.
But ye koji sika na eba me ba o ye koji sika na ba ye de bag yan kase sika mu. So we when we are quoting we not quote the dollar. We will be quoting the cedi. Ema nia oti ase nia oti wati ase say Ghana say public debt is 761 billion. Why do we go for and when we go for sir with the essence me ba the go straight to the point. The essence of this canon doesn't have effect, rippling effect, positive effect on us as people. That's what I want to hear. It's not about whether in dollar or in cedi.
It is very important that
yes.
It is very important that MK the currency you maintain currency now the kobo because unim say
Abuache don't dwell much on that. Does it have effect? Developmental effect on us as people. That's what I want to know. So let us know from you.
And 95 million euros a boy free a Dutch bank. If say Ghana Bobesian, Takwa for the young fast when a coin down 95 million euros and the bear coin. If they all convert into cities there, I mean, the person make can say debt no there. Sky Aquacoje Diaba. President John Dramani Mahama time. Sir, ne 122 billion Ghana cedis now or Mokano. So converted a dollars those days, sir. O converted echo dollars those days are the figure you get is not the same. So convert it. Abba. As at now. So I say
what has accounted for?
Yes, it is because the cedi is not stable. Enti obia company, there is no corporation or estimate. Ghana hanum say or any estimate in cedis. Yeah, estimate in what? In dollars. Enti if say discussion and in cedis, I mean say discussion is when you're stable. Enti let's maintain in dollars. It's as simple as that. It changed a lot of things. 100 million dollars.
So how can we share
100
dollars in Ghana here?
We are not sharing dollars in Ghana here. We are not on say what can say ebia Ghana hanum say no mobia de kasi in cedis and next month say obe can the same thing say Ghana obia de kasi na still na depreciation will the figure be the same.
It will be the same.
So it means that discussion is not stable. So what I say any figure obe assign the ama Kofi ama as at today no say if say we are maintaining the discussion in cedis as at last 2 months now the exchange rate wasn't the same. It wasn't the same. So as into no the American you say best the then yabo, but if we are having a discussion of it we have to maintain it in dollars. Say be a discussion be stable. A car near day yenina Pastor Mike a car no day because of Bessia Yabo last 2 months. It's not the same as a car or there the end because the city if the city has depreciated more can a cost. Until next 2 months, if the city no depreciate more, how can a bed so it means the discussion will not be stable with respect to the numbers.
So are we doing
let's stick
anything?
to the dollars.
What are we doing about it?
So let's stick to the dollars.
Stabilize the city.
The first question was has it have any rippling effect on the
positive,
people? So yes, let me start from there.
Good. Mr. Adi, engineer Adi, Safo Danadi, Miss Leslin, minor constructed estate road to from Ekansen, GCB to estate junction, Safo engineer Safo Adi Otie. I say men can't share was say loan ebi nom de pokuase interchange no ebi nom de dwomoro police ene ehon keka ho ene ebi som de free SHS na de o tie pa
okay sentina once the question you ask said the rippling effect Ghana aba no ene ebi no aye den waka che no me I wanted to start from here 95 million euros kwan ya dey say ebi na den where aye issue kwan da ho yenye fa na say efe so I say if we also there are other projects Apokasi interchange okokan and this because of money JBC to on it's part of our loan. It's part the bank. No, no credit.
This for negotiate here.
Started there. Now loan ne can any sika ho so say we na negotiate here. Oka 722 billion no. Oka say there.
They began.
It began any there. Yeni akwa yeni e ka o. Yeni e ka no wo say yen fama for what? For what credit?
Okay.
Yeni e ka na scan e ba be kan yeni e ka no ho no. Na o ka say be ka o ka no ho anka sa wo 122 billion nka enkosoro a. I say a University of Sustainable and Energy Development. Sa e ka na ye dey see a university no. It hit our account in 2018. Yeka wo so na ye. I mean, how do we?
But they began the negotiation.
Negotiation, Papa Ben. Ubiani and Kametoma. I say ye were free abemu December. So December 25th we beginning negotiation. We beginning negotiation and Kameto accounting him. Ye buy and ke akasi ento aso anke beba. Loan na it take 2 years after say hit account. We beginning negotiation. And yes you beto aso for 2 years. Me onko okra. You know, UGMC, second phase, $44 billion.
Okay.
And also kakano home. Oko UHAS, second phase, FFFI, yes, in Woho, and also kakano home. So, over 7 interchanges are completed. So, you see, say, let's pose our discussion when it comes to our debt in dollars. So, I say, dollars,
how many people are muti here? Would want to appreciate that dollar discussion, no? But when it's converted into our currency, people appreciate what
it's not stable. You see the ninja stable, no? How do you we say we don't
have dollar conversion equalization. Oh, by say any say say ya kwako jisika no be about $20,000. And back gun is saying, Mamma can't chairman for no.
Oh, so a back gun is schema, saying, make us a man can't chairman for no. But if we are discussing the effect, the rippling effect of us a debtor, not saying that, okay, a sayer. Can we say the next 2 months no oba the figure will change. Meanwhile, Bisan yes yakobo bi abeka ho.
Very well.
Bisan yakobo bi emeka ho. 100 million na. Now so rate na then increase. Such as 100 million January $100 million. October we still $100 million. Only when so person propaganda and now the beko cities. Now Babeka say 200 million Ghana cedis. Now the next 2 months
Babeka say 2 million Ghana cedis. Sorry, yes sir, Ben. Fakaka kana station kasa.
Ministry of Finance.
Yeah.
Ghana Ministry of Finance. Say or quote Ghana's data. Or quote in Ghana cities.
Mami can be in Chawaha. Dr. Mohammed Amir, instead of BBC San, we are come to Yamano. And I remember video in Chile.
What kind of kind now? Some more, that kind of
Dr. Mohammed Amin Adam, the finance minister, has disclosed that the central government's provisional total debt stood at 742 billion Ghana cedis, equivalent to $50.9 billion US.
Ghana cities.
Send a money Ghana in who's a Sicado Aquadiaba. What's my main go to?
Mean cast my uncle to me say let's center the discussion. Now we in the discussion now, you know. We another one can say a currency a citizen to we $100 and uncle. Why did he have to bring the dollar there? Because the dollar is important. Such as $50 billion, $50 billion. Uncle President John Dramani Mahama no also around 45 billion to $50 billion. A cow boy. But any idea no akwa 722 billion Ghana cedis because of the exchange rate.
742.
No, so now
742. Yeah, 742
billion Ghana cedis because of the exchange rate.
Very well.
Yeah, man, want to say exchange rate now. Since exchange rate,
whose responsibility?
Say exchange rate no.
Whose responsibility to ensure exchange rate in here no?
Exchange rate no. Say something is here debt no in Ghana cedis something.
Esubete.
Are loan yakutia.
So
loan yentua bi be so
meba so wouldn't say whose responsibility to ensure say exchange rate no e betu aba form. Mr. Mamti.
Obuza me question now.
Pastor Mike.
Yes sir.
In fact, MPP communicated man ID. We are watching the floor table. Could I get you a floor this year? Watching that would Pastor Mike, I think Bernard making some comment be a very key concerning the 24-hour economy.
Okay.
You see, Kasayati Kenya.
My communicator as one be njata.
My friend.
And this school.
But that's what I want you to clarify.
My friend, don't go there. My man can you.
Mama say discotheque.
But your time is just wrap it under just 2 minutes. And
just 2 minutes.
Yes, please.
Martin say, you see, say Ghana, yen dollar to cedi ratio of about formula. I will say you minimize near my year crab Ghana.
Okay.
It means I will see you boost manufacturing or Ghana Hano. Satiasi. It is you boost one there in ABC. I will say you increase the size of the company. See, you increase the size now. That means that you deploy more people. And we're too many will produce more. Because of Kobani say rice, and they say young crebium and Magana. They will need rice farmers and it is simple rice cannot solve the problem. We need more. It is here more there. I will see you deploy more people.
Yeah.
So this brings in an essence of that 24-hour economy just to increase production. That is one. The second aspect is
No, one point.
The second aspect has to do with say production. So more. The more we need more people then produce those production. Then what happens is that young companies say, well, what does strength to increase the size? What do we do? That is why we have the big push behind the 24-hour economy. That is the strength of the 24-hour economy.
Right.
And that big push is coming from the government.
Okay.
It's the essence of 24-hour economy is to increase production, to to kill this unemployment issue Ghana.
To get more people employed.
To get more people involved.
Okay.
That is the whole idea.
Very well, sir. That was Wilberforce AC and NDC communication team member there. All right, my mate here from Bremby 0536-2726. You're out at 0536-2726 to me time action. My pick about 2-3 calls to be there. Sorry, I know 0536-2726 261 to answer 0504 9571 0504 9571 na entry enko in 10 terms so buti DWABOASE enti mame pick just 2 course na enko good afternoon.
Yeah, good afternoon, Pastor Mark.
Very well. Pacho Dino because of you.
Ransford Asian Castle Center.
All right, Ransford Asian Pacho Intio.
Yeah, my more honorable vessel speaking about why I depart. Oh, say, what chance at one whom because my course to what happens to me. Oh, you, Pastor Mark, I had been, I'm a youth what happens to me. And the Yasmin can yes, some na Isa Taylor Abba. Na John Dramani Mahama and Swaba. Thank you very much.
Yes, sir, that's a fat winner and sorry, no, time call. Right, good afternoon.
Hi, Kenny.
Hi, can I join you?
Let's go. Nipa na wabahalo. Ko jiska dorina wa converted Ghana to Kemwa. Usi mayenka. Uni mietu kasa. Onso Ghana skana kitwe bi awaso. But to the buy and Casanoma, I have so papa. And people from away. Meet them some near Ghana for palm is Omeko.
Hey, that's it. All right. Last call. Good afternoon. All right. Good afternoon. But you didn't because of you. Yes, sir.
Because for my life, so he's very clean. Now, this guy is not very useful. I said, you can't get around there.
Right, I tell you that was a Hanedy BBAC, Patron for be a view, and to our friend Patron Fache, and saying to me for Embrason. And I'm them penny for us, I'm there, Mr. Wilberforce ACN, Madonna Seven Mr. Bernardo Crand, and also Mr. Boache and Sam. Madame penny for us, but for Madame was a Hanedy BBAC, Yakopon, Dumbueno, who am a watchna, Yabasa Betram be free. I ready. You see. Good afternoon. Many DJ King, Abena Olivia, and Max Rene, and a boom did from the Brew. You may be good afternoon. Free up next. Bye bye.
Sika pim 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 pim. Into me ni won't. Sika pim 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 pim. Into me ni won't. You better be así. You better be así. You better be así.